With systemic violations of worker rights, US comes in dead last in labor rankings of wealthy nations. Story time. During the height of the recession I worked in a factory. While putting heavy parts on hooks to go through the painting process, I hurt my shoulder. I went to the doctor and before I could have thorough testing done, I received a call from my insurance company saying that it was work-related, they wouldn't cover anything, and I needed to file a workers' comp claim. The insurance was through work. I went to the safety guy and tried. He threatened that I would be fired if I couldn't prove that it happened at work. I immediately lawyered up and found out that I couldn't do anything about it since the company had an arbitration policy. After a year of fighting it, while working the whole time, they finally sent me to a doctor of their choice, who just moved my arm around a bunch and sent me on my way. He determined that I was fine and I never received any treatment. I could not lift my elbow to the height of my shoulder at this point. After I quit, for different reasons, and got insurance of my own, I went to the doctor and found out I had a torn labrum and underwent surgery. The pain was completely gone and I had full mobility within a month. This is capitalism. This is America for poor folk. Edit, thanks for the silver and the kind words, but please do not spend your very real money on a comment I made on the internet. We live in a society where a big business is expected to grow 3% every year so the rich can get richer. It's not enough that a company is worth billions of dollars and all the executives are super rich. They need to grow. In order to grow they need to compete globally. In order to compete globally they cannot pay the workers a living wage. This is our system. This is the best TLDR I could make, original, https://www. Common Dreams. org/news/2020/06/18/systemic violations worker rights US comes dead last labor rankings wealthy nations, reduced by 70%. I'm a bot. The report comes amid a sharpened focus on labor rights in the U.S. As powerful companies and government leaders have been reticent in recent months to enable workers to stay home from workplaces in order to avoid the spread of the coronavirus. In many countries, the existing repression of unions and the refusal of governments to respect rights and engage in social dialogue has exposed workers to illness and death and left countries unable to fight the pandemic effectively, said the ITUC. Around the world, the ITUC found that violations of workers' rights are at a 7-year high. The trends by governments and employers to restrict the rights of workers through violations of collective bargaining and the right to strike, and excluding workers from unions, have been made worse in 2020 by an increase in the number of countries which impede the registration of unions denying workers both representation and rights. Extended summary, http://np. Reddit. com//auditol/comments/hc3bgg/with_systemic_worker_rights_us/FAQ, http://np. Reddit. com/r/auditoldr/comments/31b9fm/FAQ_auditoldr_bot/version 2. 024993030TL, DRS so far. Feedback, http://np. Reddit. com/message/compose, 2=%23 auditoldr PMs and comments are monitored, constructive feedback is welcome. Top keywords, right #1 country #2 work #3 violations #4 government #5. U.S. workers fail to see that they have power. If every non-essential worker went on strike for 2 weeks, I'm sure their demands would be heard. I, for one, am shocked that the country who consistently overthrows even lukewarm reforming governments in other countries does not treat its workers well. When I became an engineer, I thought the best part of my job would be the feeling of technical accomplishment. I was wrong. By far, the best part of my job is being too rare/valuable of a resource for my employer to routinely abuse. I never had that at any of my former jobs, and routine abuse was status quo. Now when I feel agitated I just take PTO with no prior notice, and if anyone doesn't like it I just ignore them entirely with no consequences. For a nation of people that always seem to prattle on about a document that starts "We the people," they seem remarkably tolerant of their entire political system being rigged for we the corporations. The really odd part is that in the world of competitive business ranking, the US is now ranked 10th, down from 3rd last year, and first before Trump was elected. Wasn't the deal in the US that the corporations get free rein in exchange for that competitiveness? And, speaking of rankings, Canada is ranked as more competitive, more free, better press freedom, less corruption, more adventurous, longer lifespan, better social mobility, better public education. And on and on and on. This isn't to say how great Canada is, but how much Americans have screwed things up. When are Americans going to wake up to the fact that government is a thing that was invented to protect citizens? You know. We the people, right? Citizens. Democracy. Elect people that institute policies that make the lives of people better? That's kind of the point in all of this. When are Americans going to realize they've been had? Of course, when my company was bought, corporate middle management came in and made the situation impossible for all the long-term employees. Fired a bunch, made numerous positions redundant, and the rest quit because fuck that. The worst. I refuse to play that game ever again. Fuck corporate America and its lies. My last job was as a sous chef for a corporate kitchen. Pay was $58K a year, which is pretty great, and also the minimum unpaid overtime salary in NYC. I regularly work 6-day weeks at 55 to 60 hours per week. Friday I arrived around 10 a.m. and was lucky to leave by 10 p.m. Saturday I worked 8 a.m. to 10 p.m., assuming it was slow by then. Again Sunday, in at 8 a.m., usually done by 9:30 p.m. Eventually we ended kitchen service on Sundays around 5 p.m., thankfully. I have Monday off, and Tuesdays were only 7 to 8 hours of prep, except it was also the day that management had meetings, so sometimes I would have to stay late so I didn't look lazy to ownership. I quit in December after it was made clear that they had no intentions of scaling me down to 5-day weeks nor offering health insurance. I had said in very clear terms on many occasions to my chef that the hours were exacerbating my bipolar. His response was essentially man up. He was on his feet maybe 4 hours a day, the rest of his time spent in an air-conditioned office chatting with other managers and working on spreadsheets. 4 days ago I told the new department manager that I couldn't return from remote until my son's daycare reopened on July 1st, even though she wanted everyone back by June 22nd. And that the CFO, VP, corporate controller, and my supervisor were aware of this. I just got fired yesterday for poor performance and failure to complete assignments. I asked for specific examples because, as far as I was aware, there has never been an issue with my performance. They couldn't give any examples but kept citing a pattern that they've noticed. Edit, for anyone who's curious, we have started looking into legal action. I've smelled blood in the water for weeks and started keeping personal records/paper trails. I've also filed for unemployment in the meantime. Right to work is some of the most Orwellian language I have heard in modern politics. We are still number one in adults who believe angels are real. So there is that. Job culture in America is complete shit. People fall for corporate propaganda so easily. A buddy of mine got downright catatonic because I told him Walmart was a shitty company that stifles unions and bullies out small businesses. His response was but, they hire so many people. How can they be bad? People are seriously brainwashed into thinking companies are some altruistic force that saves us from poverty and destitution. In reality, they work us to the bone and give us none of the benefits that other countries enjoy regularly.